Is it me with probably the curves that God has given me or that I don't even have? Or am I modeling Christ as I do the catwalk?
It's yet another wonderful evening. Hi, pieces from all over the world. Welcome to Pieces from the Master podcast, where we are
shaped in the secret place. And this is our secret place, actually.
Amazing. And what are we discussing today?
You know, it gets me when the name intentions is mentioned. So I just want us to pose this question to our pieces. How do you intentionally
live in a distracted world?
I'm telling you.
Wow. What a topic.
It's quite huge.
It's quite deep. And it also catches me.
Yeah.
Living intentionally.
Because you can choose not to.
Yeah, you can choose not to live intentionally.
Exactly.
I mean, and when it comes to intention is something that has come out of you. I was watching another video by Jim Rohn, and he was saying that at one day he went to a school and he asked the students to define to him resolutions because he was talking about making resolutions. And one quiet student who was the last to answer said that to resolve is to promise yourself that you will never fail yourself again. Wow. So that is intention. Wow. You promising yourself that you will never fail yourself again.
It's a deliberate action.
Exactly.
You're promising yourself. It's a promise that you keep. You know, we say God keeps his promises. So what do you keep?
Do you keep your promises to yourself? Do you keep your
promises? Because I know God has given us instructions. He's given us the 10 commandments.
Yes.
Are we intentional? Are we deliberate into following, like, do not worship other masters, like, do not worship money, do not steal, do not kill? Are we deliberate saying, I'm choosing this? Am I promising myself? Because we say, in this world, there's a lot that is happening on social media. There's a lot. And we have the affiliation of being attracted to what people are doing. And I love, we shared in another episode, we were talking about, we watched a video together where the person says, it's a deliberate, like, I choose to follow this. I choose to be in this line. Like, I'm following on the social media and I'm saying, hey, why are these ones? Why is this happening to others and why not me? Exactly. But I choose to completely live differently. And I remember in the other episode when I was with Queen, we talked about purpose. And purpose, what is your purpose? Like, people are asking you, what is your purpose? Because they want to hear, are you doing what we do? You know, YOLO, like you only live once. Are you saying I live once? Or you believing in the word of God that says, I will see the goodness of the Lord. I will live and I will not die.
Wow. That's amazing. And intention is you deciding, not being coerced, not being forced.
Yes.
You just deciding on your own that this is the way I will go, this is what I will do, and that is what living intentionally means.
Exactly.
Your everyday life, when you wake up, what do you choose to do? Who do you choose to listen to? When you're at work, when you're in the matatu, when you're going back home.
And you're going out
and you're coming in. Yeah.
It's a choice. And that's why they say choices have consequences. And talking about living intentionally, I love sharing my stories. For me, I'm in the entertainment world.
Okay.
I have shared this before. I'm a model.
Yeah, I know.
And I remember I'll share this particular experience. So when I came back to my village, there's a time I went to my village in like 10 years ago. And so I was invited to a church. It was VBS time. Let me share that. It was VBS time. And particularly, I was made a model's coach. And so I remember the pastor calls me in because he was like, I want to talk to all facilitators. There's dance, there's music, there's poetry. And he calls us and he says, when we are performing or presentations, when we are ministering, I would want each and every facilitator to talk on behalf of what the presentation is about. And then he says, 2 minutes, we're done, 2 minutes. The other person, 2 minutes. And then he says, Jackie, I'm giving you 10 minutes. I want you to talk about modeling in a deeper way. And so I'm asking, Lord, yes, I'm a talker, but what am I going to say? So the day comes, I speak. And I remember God giving me the intentionality of talking about Queen Esther, because Esther went through the process of being paraded. It was a pageant and she was chosen. She emerged as the winner through favor. But now the narrative and the perspective and the what we call is the stereotype of nations and over seasons. People know modeling is in another terms. We will talk about it maybe some other time.
Yeah.
So they will look at you and they'll think there's something you're trying to sell out of yourself. But for me, I intended that yes, just like Queen Esther, modeling is from God and it's talent from God. So I intentionally decided that for me, trainings will be in churches, and that's where I coach most. Most of the models that I have coached have come from the church, and it's an intention, it's a decision I made that I will be a different model. Wonderful. I will be a different, and you know, we've done a course called Modeling Christ. So who am I modeling? What am I showing? Is it me with probably the curves that God has given me or that I don't even have? Or am I modeling Christ as I do the catwalk? So it's an intention. There's so much that happens in the industry. And me, I'll tell you for a fact, it's things that I've seen and things I'm still seeing now. But I choose to represent Christ. I choose to be intentional about the gift that the Lord has given me to empower.
And that is intention. I love it. How you intentionally decided that this is where I will be doing the coaching. These are the type of people I'll be working with. That is intention. And it's what God is calling us unto. I mean, he tells us in the book of Proverbs, trust in the Lord in all your ways and lean not on your own understanding. I mean, and I was looking at it and when you lean on something, when you lean on someone, you're putting your full weight on that thing. So lean not on your own understanding. Whatever you understand might not be what God is calling you to do.
Yes.
And what God is calling you to do is to align with his will.
Yes.
Again, we're going back to will. To align with his will so that he can direct you, so that he can direct your steps, as it says in that verse. And he shall direct your steps. So even the guidance that we were talking about in another topic, how he guides you into still waters. It is for you to intentionally choose to follow that shepherd.
I want to drink this water.
Yes. It is. I want to drink the still waters. I want to be guided into the still waters by the good shepherd. There are many shepherds, but you are intentionally choosing to be led and guided by the good shepherd.
That. Good
shepherd.
Yes.
So I think in intention, the number one thing you do is you trust in God.
Yes.
Because you do not know what the next minute has in store. You do not know what the next hour, the next day, the next 1 year. People make plans for 6 months, 1 year. The resolutions that we were talking about. But it is God's will that will be established in our lives. And that is something that Christians in today's world sometimes, miss. And it's because of the distractions, because we've said it's living intentionally in a distracted world.
And that distracted world, as you're saying about Christians, is where the word of God is leading us to. It says, some of you are hot, some of you're lukewarm. Like, where are you? Like, I'm feeling it's the energy of the young. So I want to be in the clubs. I want to party. I want to be in the places where it's happening. It's happening. So what distinguishes you? Because he says, I will distinguish you from the rest. So how do you stand out? By being a believer and saying, as the Lord tells me, follow me, as he says, who said, follow me as I follow Christ? Paul says, follow me as I follow Christ. So what leading? So as you're following the world, yes. As you're following the world, who are you representing? Where is the representation of Christ in Paul? Where is the representation of you of like, I can stand up? You know, like when you're saying, I can stand up, Nina is a tetea, Dan. I can tetea. Like when people tell me, no, we saw him. I'm like, no, that can't be him.
That can be him.
So where is your conscience? Me as your colleague and your fellow believer knowing that unaweza tetea Jackie.
Yeah.
But me, I'm here, I'm doing crazy things. You know, I remember there's a time we were shooting a video. It was a gospel music, Kitambo. Like, I think 7 years ago. So there's a friend of mine, we used to be in the worship team together. And these are stories, we say we live by our scars. So we are talking about something and she says, no, I know Jackie can't. But let me tell you, there was guilt in me. Because I knew what she was saying, I can't.
I had already done
doing
it.
You know, I was already doing actually.
It. Yeah.
I'm like, she trusts me. And she believes that this one can, because my work represents Christ. But there's something else I am doing. So where is my conscience when am I intentionally stepping out and saying that I am living in the midst of chaos, in the midst of partying, in the midst of immorality, in the midst of cheaters, in the midst of lack of integrity, corruption and all that? Can I choose to be just that one person that is full of integrity, that tells the truth, no matter whether you're losing that contract, no matter if you're not going to make that deal? It's hard.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I also remember of times that it has also happened to me.
Yes.
That someone is standing out saying, I know that brother. But what they are saying, there is also guilt in me.
Yes.
Because I know I have done that. Yet, it's just that they don't know that I have done that.
Yeah.
But when I came to the revelation that it is until you intentionally choose to represent Christ here on earth, because here on earth, we are ambassadors of God. God in heaven does not need to come and visit everyone and everywhere. He needs Jackie to represent him in this place. He needs Daniel to represent him in this place. So that when people look at Daniel, they will say he is Christ-like. Like you remember in Antioch, when the first church was being formed, people looked at this group of people and they said they behave like Christ. They are Christ-like. Exactly. So they are a representation of Christ.
We are joint heirs. It says we are joint heirs with the Son.
Yes.
So we are an image. We are the image and likeness. So when they see you, I see Christ. Your behavior, I see Christ. What would Jesus do?
That is the question that we need to ask ourselves every time, so that we can go back to intention. Because God's intention was, come, let us make man in our own image. I remember in the old days, when a king is ruling over an area, and we see it even today in offices, we see photographs of presidents. In the past, they used to put up a monument of a king, that this is the representation of the king. And if someone disrespected that monument, they've directly disrespected the king. And so action will be taken upon them by the people who are there, the ambassadors of the king in that area. Because you have disrespected the monument that is a representation of the king.
Yes.
Likewise, as Christian, we are the representation of God Christ, on earth. So when we choose to intentionally represent Christ in everything that we do, then the distractions of the world will not even we will not even see them. They will just be passing by.
Yes.
We are focused on Christ and him crucified, yet there are distractions in the world.
Exactly. People will ask you, why are you in church every day, every time? When do you ever enjoy life? And I think I mentioned that in another episode. When will you ever enjoy life? It'd be like, we don't have fun in church. People imagine it's some sort of like there is a way you're just going to put yourself into a cage. But Christ has given us freedom, and where his presence is, where he is, when he's saying at the feet of Jesus, where I am, and I receive everything. All I ask for, all I need, with Christ I have all the joy overflowing, joy unending.
Yes.
My spirit is lifted, because I know when we are in the presence of the Lord in prayer, everything fades. You start thinking you're building castles, but it's not building castles. It's him telling you, I'm assuring you, and I'm hugging you, I'm right here.
Wow.
And so people will think you're missing out. And I shared in that other episode, I was saying people will look at you and believe, hey, this one is a model, this is an artist, but there's a way I'm having fun. And I remember I'll share something very brief about a friend of mine. She's my BFF, and we are in the acting industry together. Okay. So, when they are on set, other people are. I will share that because these are pieces. They are smoking weed, they are taking alcohol,
Wow.
and they're wondering, this is actually, she won a Kalasha Award in 2018, and they're wondering, how does she manage to perform and deliver in her soberness? And she's like, I represent Christ. I hold on Christ. I'm with Christ.
I have the mind
I
of
have
Christ
the mind of Christ. So I don't need all these distractions for me
to perform,
to perform.
or to deliver.
Exactly.
And that is the true representation of God's image.
Yes.
We are called to represent God
Exactly.
in a distracted world. Wow.
So you either, it's a choice. I
It's a
love what you
choice.
said in the beginning.
Yes.
You intentionally make a decision that I'm representing Christ and I need to show Christ. I need to, what would Jesus do?
Exactly. That is the question that you need to ask yourself every time that you make a decision. What will Jesus do?
So, ladies and gentlemen, pieces from the masters. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure to subscribe and share with your friends, because it's getting really heavenly right here.
Amazing. Thank you.
Bye-bye.